forward. First of all, my name is Sarah. I'm not gonna host the call today for you guys. As you've seen on the flyer, we have a very, very special guest today, guys. But I wanted to open up and welcome you first of all to these 4 days that we have here. We have a lot of new faces, which makes me so glad that we are so many people out there curious, want to know what we have, want to know where the world is going, where we're heading, more about entrepreneurship, growing as a person, growing you to become the best version of yourself. I'm so excited that you guys are all here today and for these 4 days that we have ahead of us. Before I introduce our speaker that we have on this call, guys, I want to give you some few tips to really, really make sure that you take advantage of all of these 4 days. Number one, have your notes ready. I don't think you guys understand the speakers that we have gotten into these calls for you guys. I don't think you understand the value and the level that we have on our speakers for these 4 days. So make sure to bring all the knowledge, everything. And if you're just going to sit here and listen to these calls, you will forget 90% of it. When you just listen, 90% of it, you will forget the straight after you jump on off that call. So make sure to take notes, not for me, not for the person who invited you, for your future. And also number two, write down all of your questions and dare to ask the questions in the chat as well. This is 4 days, 1 hour every single day that you have committed to see if this is something for you, not to see what we have, to learn more about crypto, about trading, about social media, about entrepreneurship, about mindset. Don't waste it. Don't let it be another 4 extra hours where you just sit and watch your computer. Take advantage of it, guys. So now I'm gonna stop talk and hand it over to our speaker. Guys, I don't think you understand the man that we have on this call today. I am beyond grateful to have this man. He's not just one of our biggest leader in our company. He's also a singer. He's also a father. He is a very, very big entrepreneur, a person that I really, really, really look up to so, so much for taking his time to jump on these calls, guys. The first convention I was at, it was this man that really made an impact on me. I was crying my eyes out. He had a speech where he spoke about don't don't give up the ship. And I was going through a really, really hard time at that moment. I had been in this industry for half a year. I didn't really come. I was just stuck. I was just stuck at one point. And this speech really made me take a decision to actually go all in. It made me to take a decision that made me go what we then called Platinum 1000, and I was able to go full time within the 3 months after that. And I was so grateful because this speech, I'm still using this speech on YouTube. I'm sending it to all of my business partners all the time, like watch this when they're going through a rough time, because you can really feel how humble this man is and how much he cares for the people. And that is not something that I take for granted, guys. That is not something that any of us should take for granted. He also taught me one thing when I watched a training on YouTube where he said, guys, where he said that if you say yes to something, you say no to something else. So before I let Matt Rosa on this call, I want you guys to understand, for him to say yes, to jump on a call with 100 people that is not in his team, that is like completely new, to talk about this, he has to say no to his daughter, to his wife, to his newborn baby. He has to say no to another hour singing his music that he loves to do, to say yes to you guys. And he is just sitting here bringing you value so you can take it home with you, so you can go next level. So I really want you guys to don't take this hour for granted. Have your notes ready, pen and paper. Take as much as you can with you from this call. So, Matt Rosa, we're so grateful to have you on the call. I'm going to hand it over to you whenever you are ready. And let me see where I can find you. There you are. So, the man, the myth, the legend, the stage is yours.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Sarah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for those awesome words. Beyond grateful to be here with you guys right now. And it's genuinely an honor. It's a privilege. Helen contacted me in regards to this call not too long ago. And the Scandinavia family is near and dear to our heart. What it is that they've done for our company, the leadership that they exemplify, and all of the true hard work that they put into this business is something that we're genuinely grateful for. I see a lot of familiar faces on here. It's so good to see you guys again. And for the individuals that I haven't had the opportunity to meet you, hi. My name is Matt Rosa. I'm one of the top leaders here within IYOVIA. And you're here to learn about this masterclass that we have going on right now, right? Over the course of the next 4 days, you're going to be learning about different skill sets, different methods of being able to create income online. You're going to learn about our communities. You're going to learn about our stories. You're going to learn about our vision. And I have the honor of kicking this thing off. And I think it's important that you know who I am first, since I'm a complete stranger. And then from there, I'll go into a few of the things that I think make us extremely unique and what this industry is able to do for people's lives. Um, Without further ado, like I said, my name is Matt Rosa. I've been in this industry of direct sales, trading education, and networking for the past, since 2013. So for the past 11 years of my life. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I live here in Miami, Florida. I'm moving soon here to Puerto Rico, which is where my family is from. I have two kids. One is a 2 year old baby girl who is the light of my life. She is also the craziest person that I know. If you have a 2 year old or have had a 2 year old, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The other is a 2 month old baby boy named Kai. So we have Kai and Sky. I've been married to the same woman. Actually, the woman that I'm married to right now is my first girlfriend ever. I've been around the world playing music for the last few years as well. And I've had the opportunity to lead this amazing organization and what I consider the most elite community of entrepreneurs for the last 9 years here that I partnered with our visionary and our CEO, Mr. Christopher Terry. And it was 9 years ago, but it feels like just yesterday that I was on a call finding out about this for the very first time. I didn't know anything about digital entrepreneurship or trading or community or e-commerce and social media specifically, not right. But it was calls like this that completely changed my life. It's calls like this that have enabled me to travel to over 52 countries, feet on the ground. I've been to every continent with the exception of Antarctica in order to talk about this business and this community that we've developed. It was a call like this that helped me stretch my mind more than anything. And information to be able to make money online or to be able to join a community, it's literally everywhere. We live in the most digital age that there's ever been. And there's access to that information everywhere, but finding a true safe space, a place where people had my best interest at heart, that wasn't the case. That wasn't everywhere. And it was calls like this that gave me access to that. And it changed my mind. We're strong believers. We're not here to change what it is that you do. Some of you guys are phenomenal at what it is that you do. Some of you guys are running businesses full time. Some of you guys are full time parents. Some of you guys are full time students, right? So we're not here to change what it is that you do. However, if we could change the way you think, maybe you'll change what it is that you do. And if you're on this call to hear about or on these master classes to hear about what's going to happen over the next 4 days, you're probably looking for something fresh. You're probably looking for something new inside of your life. And this is going to be for some people, might not be for everybody, but that's okay. So with that being said, I want to dive into what the vision of Eovia is here first and foremost. I think that's super important. You're going to be learning a lot of different skill sets over the next 4 months, but I want you to understand why, right? Because it's not just about the what. I think that the why is the driving foundation behind why we do what it is that we do, anyways. And Eovia, it's two Japanese root words that stand for your path to greatness. Sarah did a really good job at talking about we're here to help you find that path. I don't know what that path looks like to you. For some of us, that path is skill set based. For some of us, we're missing the experiences. For some of us, we're missing the leadership aspect. For some of us, we're missing the spiritual or the mindset side of things. For some of us, it's the community. But our sole purpose, our sole goal is to truly help you identify what path to greatness is. You would have asked me a few years ago, I would have said financial, financial. It has to be financial. But that's not the case for everybody. And the same things don't fuel everyone's soul. They don't fuel everyone's spirit. So our whole intentionality, our whole purpose here is to find out what it is that you're lacking in inside of your life. And if we can find a way to be able to fill that void, then this is a place that you can call home. If it's not, then that's okay as well. We're glad that you joined us nonetheless. So, I want to really touch on 5 different areas that make this community extremely unique. And I think that will help us segue into these next few days, these next 3 days, as you learn from some of the most prestigious educators that we have. So with that being said, the first is what our mission is, right? That's first and foremost, helping you find out what that path to greatness looks like. The second is creating a place that's sustainable and that is recognized and that it is legal more than anything. On today's day and age, there's so many individuals online selling courses and going out there and saying that they got the best this or that they got the best that, and they got a course for Airbnb, and then there's a course for this, and then there's a crypto course, and then there's a course for losing weight, and then there's a course where guys yell at you, and there's all these different types of courses out there. You want to make sure that who it is that you're learning from and who it is that you're joining in regards to a community are individuals that you can trust at the end of the day, right? It's the individuals that have that credible source. Over the course of the last 9 years that I've been in our last run that I had been associated with, this is a brand new launch, so you're aware. You guys are hearing about this only 3 weeks into the launch, which is very exciting. But on our last run collectively together, rocking with the same visionary and CEO, we were able to accomplish over 2.5 billion in sales. That means that we impacted the lives of over 1 million individuals around the world, teaching them digital skill sets, right? And we knew that this time around, if we were going to do something like this, that was far more legendary, far more successful, far more intentional. We knew for a fact that we were going to have to go out there and we were gonna have to do things a little bit different to sustain growth. So from a legality perspective, I've traveled all over the world and we've met different individuals, and we've grown organizations and communities around the world. So we had to make sure from a legal perspective, we were registered in those companies. We're good to do business inside of those companies. From a payment processing standpoint, making sure that your payments money. Okay, good. Thumbs up. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. From a payment processing standpoint, making sure that the relationships with the banks were taken care of for people, making sure that the corporate infrastructure from a COO standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, from a customer service standpoint was taken care of, partnering with individuals that had ran Fortune or ran with Fortune 10 companies, right? Such as L'Oreal and Procter and Gamble, making sure from a compliance perspective we were taken care of. From an corporate infrastructure perspective, we needed to make sure that this was something that people could feel safe in. That this was something that I would expose to my family, to my wife. That this was something that at the end of the day, people could know for a fact that was going to be here for the next 10 years. That their community wasn't just going to disappear, that they could count on the corporate staff. And that's something that, as a business owner being inside of this space over the course of the last decade of my life. That's something that genuinely means everything to me, right? The third thing is from an education perspective, right? Remember, we were talking about what that path to greatness is. Well, first and foremost, it's identifying, are you trying to get healthier? Are you trying to get your mindset right? Are you trying to travel the world? Are you trying to learn to trade inside of the foreign exchange markets? Are you looking at Bitcoin right now and saying, that looks insane? Why haven't I invested inside of that yet? Are you trying to become an influencer on social media? Get paid by brands in order for them to, or in order for you to post their products and their services? Are you looking to run ads? Are you looking to establish a brand? Maybe you're trying to take your brand to the next level. Whatever the case is, we have different paths that are going to help you get there. And essentially, what we've done is we've created these different streamlined processes so that you could come in and learn this, right? And then when you go on from there, the artificial intelligence aspect of things that we have here, the opportunity for you to cut the learning curve, whether you're learning to trade, whether you're learning to build brands. And last but not least, you get paid for all these things. So EOVIA, our whole goal is taking you from not understanding what you want to do inside of life, right? Not understanding the path, but understanding that you have a destination in mind. You have a destination. You know for a fact that you want to be successful. You know for a fact that you want to provide. You know for a fact that you want to feel proud of what it is that you're doing. But I remember 9 years ago when I knew I wanted those things. I just didn't know where to start. I just didn't know who I could get into business with in order to show me, right? Each and every single one of us, according to John C. Maxwell, we have what's called the law of the lid over our lives. And inside of the law of the lid states that we're only going to grow as far it is, or as high as it is, of what it is that we know and who it is that we know. And I really believe that access to information really changes situations, and that's what this is about. I remember when I first got started off inside of this industry, I didn't have a massive following on social media. I didn't have these skill sets. As a matter of fact, I hadn't even finished high school. I dropped out of high school by the time that I was, 17 years old, 16 years old. So I wasn't qualified. A lot of the jobs that I wanted, I wasn't qualified for. I didn't want to go to school and study. It just wasn't my forte personally. I tried it, and I dropped out of that as well. And I couldn't make anything make sense of the direction that I was going. And this industry, all it did was give me clarity. First and foremost, I want you to understand what you're going to gain outside, because I went through what that path to greatness looks like. But I want to share with you what it is that it did for me. I think most important, establishing that path to greatness. We got you over the next 4 days. You're going to be learning what that path looks like for you. But I think that when you understand what it can do and the access that you get beyond just a skill set, man, that's where the real magic happens. And that's why we're doing what it is that we're doing on a day-to-day basis. So Scandinavia, you still with me? Drop a 7 in the chat if I'm not boring you too much. If you're still excited to find out what's good. Incredible. Incredible, incredible. Well, first and foremost, one of the things that it did for me was accessibility to leadership. Accessibility to leadership is absolutely everything. Everyone's always talking about, yeah, you need mentorship, mentorship. And I remember seeing that on the Instagram post. I remember seeing that on Facebook, people saying, oh, my mentor said this, or my favorite mentor, you need a mentor inside your life. But where do you freaking find somebody? Where do you find somebody that actually cares? Where do you find somebody that is proven? Where do you find somebody that is transparent? Because I don't know about you, but you're not just going on Instagram saying, where is a mentor? You're not just going on Google and saying, where can I find a mentor near me? No, that's not how life works. And often, most of the time, the mentor appears when the mentee is ready. You see, when the mentee is ready, what does that mean? When you make a decision, when you make a conscious decision, when you put yourself in the proximity of people that have what it is that you're looking to accomplish inside of your life, that's where it is that it began to change for me. When I made that, I just want to make sure you guys are with me. They're doing some construction in my house and my internet has been in and out. You guys still with me? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so when you make the conscious decision to get around, to get access to those things, you start getting on people's radars. You see, I always had the passion. I always had the drive. I always had the mindset that I wanted to become successful. I wanted to provide for my family. I wanted to make things different for myself, but I didn't know where to start. And it wasn't up until the point that I got introduced to a gentleman by the name of Chris Terry, who's the CEO of IYOVIA, the visionary of IYOVIA, a gentleman that put together a platform with crazy amounts of experience, crazy amounts of income invested in this thing to make sure that people like you and I had a fighting chance. When he began to teach me the skill set of looking at charts, when I got around individuals that were teaching me the skill set of branding, when I got around individuals that were true leaders. You see, I need you guys to understand what a leader is, because a lot of the times we false idolize what leadership really is. Leadership is a very simple definition, in my opinion. A leader is an individual that has the ability to take someone somewhere that they had no intention of going, but they thank you when they get there. An individual who has the ability to take someone somewhere that they had no intention of going, but they thank you when they get there. 9 years ago, I had no intention of being on a call with you guys like this. 9 years ago, I had no intention of traveling the world, 52 countries, in order to talk about this business. But my leader was able to take me somewhere that I had no intention of going. And to this day, I thank him every day. You see, I believe that a leader is an individual that has the ability to go somewhere, pave a way for other individuals to follow, turn around and do it again with them. That's what it is that you get here within the within the Scandinavian team and within IYOVIA. It's true guidance. It's true mentorship from people that have been doing it for nearly a decade. People that genuinely love to do what it is that we're doing. This is our baby. This is something that we've developed from the ground up. So this is the first time you're seeing me. It's not going to be the last. The second thing that I did was being around. There's something called law proximity, right? You're the average of the five people that you surround yourself around, right? You're the average. So, chances are if you're spending time with a bunch of athletes, you're an athlete. Chances are if you're spending time, the five people that are around you at all times are drinkers. You're probably drinking, right? Maybe all five of them are entrepreneurs. You're probably building an entrepreneurial endeavor of one sort or another. What happens when all five of the people around you are leaders? I believe that leadership is the most sought after uh, uh, skill set in the world. I mean, each and every single one of us, we're leading to one capacity or another, and we're following to one capacity or another. Maybe you're leading your family. Maybe you're leading your children. Maybe you haven't led yet, and you're going to at some point. But each and every single one of us, we follow people from a pop culture perspective, a religion perspective, a business perspective, a political perspective, right? Um, each and every single one of us are following or we're leading. Leadership is absolutely everything, and leadership is something that you got to be around good leaders to become one. I think that leadership, the world needs more of that. And if it wasn't for the proximity that I've had to some of the greatest leaders that I've had the honor of knowing, I wouldn't lead the army that I lead today. So you guys are aware, we lead over 30,000 people in 40 different countries. This has been one of the most amazing things. I have friends literally all over the world. We'll get to that in a bit, but the ability to lead these individuals means absolutely everything to me. And I feel that this is our opportunity to make a difference inside of people's lives. And if you change people's lives, you know, even the smallest bit, it changes the world one step at a time, one piece, one brick at a time. And I think that that's special. So, access to leadership is one thing, but the way it is that you're able to become a leader through this is a whole nother, right? It allowed me to leverage a platform. We all have these really cool skill sets. And some of you guys leverage those skill sets in order to be able to create money, right? We turn our passions to paychecks. But some of us, if you're like me, I didn't have a really cool skill set, but I knew that I wanted to be able to make money inside of my lives. I needed to leverage something. It taught me what to leverage, right? It taught me to leverage a platform where I didn't have to create everything from scratch and I could just plug and go into a system. It taught me to leverage money over just my time because I had been so used to just investing my time, work from this time to this time in order to get paid. It taught me where to leverage those things, the opportunity to be able to plug into something, right? A system. System stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. To be able to plug into a system was absolutely everything for me. For me to just leverage, I didn't have to reinvent the wheel. I could leverage what was going on. And then from there, I began to learn skill sets. And then from there, those skill sets, I began to leverage to be able to build income. You see, a lot of people are super excited right now about the all-time highs that we're experiencing inside the crypto space. I'm very, very big into Web3. That I'm a dork for it. I just genuinely enjoyed the concept of investing and community and decentralization all inside of the same compound. It fascinates me, right? So a lot of people are super excited about what's going on right now inside of the crypto space, inside of the Web3 space. A lot of people are like, man, I should have invested a few months ago when it was at 60. But then when it was at 60, a lot of people are like, yo, if it was at 30, I would have invested. But then when it was at 30, a lot of people are like, man, if it was at 10, I would have invested. And when it was at 10, oh, that thing's not going to work. Maybe if it was like 1,000 a coin, and it keeps on happening. You see, our community here inside of IYOVIA, inside of the Scandinavia team, we've been positioned for this for quite some time. We've understood that this was going to happen. So, yes, we're very excited, but what we're more excited about is what happens next, because there's going to be a pullback and we're going to know when to get back into the markets to be able to ride into the next bull wave. It's all about being able to leverage the skill sets. Not only that, but you can leverage the skill sets of someone else, and that's called education, right? If I'm sitting there and I'm learning from somebody that has invested over 10 years of their time into a specific skill set, I'm learning from the right person. So this taught me the power of leverage, right? Leveraging a platform, leveraging my money instead of my time, leveraging my skill sets, how to capitalize off of my skill sets, leveraging the skill sets of other individuals, which leads me to the next one, community. When we talk about other individuals, community is something that, whether you like it or not, we thrive in. I know a lot of people say, well, I'm super introverted. Yeah, to an extent, you're super introverted to an extent. And why do I say to an extent? Well, because of the fact that you have community all around you, whether it's your family, whether it's when you step out to do groceries, whether it's on social media. We were bred to be in community. Isolation completely destroys us. Think about it. You know how you felt during the pandemic. One of the craziest things that ever happened was that we were cut off from community. And I don't know about you, it was cool the first month. Yeah, sure. Like, got to stay inside. I was itching to be around community after that. Why? Because iron sharpens iron as man sharpens man. I'm a big community guy. Before I joined this, I used to say, oh, I used to be one of those people, believe it or not, that I was like, I don't like people. I got my people. I like my people, but I don't like other people. Right? And that's not true. I love people. And I think you do as well. And community has absolutely made me who it is that I am. But community can also destroy you if you're inside of the wrong community. You see, who it is that you know is how much it is that you're going to grow. And if the laws of affiliation are real, that you're the average of the five people you surround yourself around, I just want to make sure that my community is on the similar path mindset wise. I want to make sure that my community is on a similar path ethically, morally, standard wise, the things that they believe in, the things that they don't tolerate. Because rising tides raise all ships. There's been so many times inside of my life where I wasn't excited about my journey, because when you're embarking on a journey like this, entrepreneurship in general, when you're looking to learn a new skill set, when you're looking to maybe work less hours at your job, when you're looking to add to your portfolio, it's gut wrenching. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not easy. And everything that you're gonna learn, all the leaders that are on this call right now, they have gone through gut wrenching journeys to get to where it is that they're at today. Right. And the things that you're going to learn, it's going to look beautiful and sexy, and it's going to look like yeah, you're going to have that honeymoon phase. And you're like, oh my God, I can do that. I can see myself getting brand deals, or I can see myself learning to trade crypto. I could see myself learning to trade Forex. Uh, in this masterclass, you're going to hear those things. And yeah, I can see you doing those things as well. But I'm letting you know right now, this isn't a get rich quick. It's gut wrenching. This is tough. This is you're learning some of the hardest skill sets in the world, but it's also some of the most rewarding, right? And there were so many times that I wanted to quit on myself in the last decade of my life, But having the right community around me kept me in the game. It kept me focused. It kept me excited. If I wasn't fired up, I would just stand close to the campfire where everyone else was at. And if it wasn't for my community, I would have threw away my talents and I would have turned my blessings into burdens, right? So this is extremely rewarding, which leads me to my last portion, compensation. Guys, we build community and we get paid for it. We build community. We all learn together. We create these skill sets together and we get paid to do so by marketing the company and building these communities. It is, I feel, don't tell the CEO this, but I think he's an absolute lunatic that he pays me what he pays me to do what it is that I do. The fact that we've created this ecosystem where we build these communities, we learn together, we get paid for it. We take that money, we invest it into our accounts, or maybe we run ads with that money. And we allow that money to be what creates new assets. It's insane that he's created this concept, but I'm so grateful for it. The compensation is something that it may not come fast at first. And I believe that anything that happens fast is going to end just as fast. Remember, when you're learning these skill sets, whether it's trading, we're not touching your trading money. You're learning this and doing it on your own. Whether you're running ads, we're not getting any profit shares or revenue shares off of products you sell on your stores. Has nothing to do with us. Whether you get brand deals, we're not making money off of your brand deals. So this is going to be a skill set that you're learning. And it may come slow at first, but I'm telling you right now, the compensation inside of this, I don't make any promises when it comes to this company, especially with income, but I do promise progression if you utilize it, right? But the compensation potential inside of this is crazy, man. I personally haven't seen anything like that inside of the space, and we've put the top income producing activities online and some of the most sought after in a digital space, and we made it accessible for everybody. Obviously, compensation is dependent upon how serious you take it. It's like, if I go to Philip and I'm like, yo, Philip, how long is it going to take me to lose 20 pounds? I don't know. It depends on what it is that you're eating, your sleep, your workouts, so on and so forth, right? So, with that being said, guys, I'm excited for you guys to really tap in for the next few days on this masterclass. Um, it's changed my life drastically. And, I'm just here to set the tone for you guys and let you guys know what it is that this can do for your lives and kind of prepare you from a mental perspective. Tomorrow, we have a trading masterclass, which is going to be extremely exciting. One of my colleagues, Brandon, who is an absolute force to be reckoned with on the charts. And he's going to break it down in a simplistic method that you guys are going to be able to wrap your head around the ideology that this is something you can do, right? But remember, I gave you these disclaimers. This isn't going to be the easiest thing you've done in your life, but it's probably going to be one of the most worth it things that you've done because in this, you're betting on you. You're not betting on us. You're betting on yourself. And I think that that's special. You're always a safe bet. So it's the first time that I see you guys again. It won't be the last. I'm just grateful to be here with you guys. God bless you guys. And happy holidays. Talk soon. Sarah, I'll pass this back to you.
Thank you so much. Wow, 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 guys. Keep on spamming the chat with some love for Matt Rosa. We are beyond grateful for having that knowledge in this call and also the value and the love that we get from this leadership. Like who in here could actually understand what I meant with you can really see how humble he is, like the way he speaks with his tone and everything. Like it's just really comfortable sitting there listening to him. And I don't think you guys still understand the man. For you guys who are new here, I don't think you understand the level we had on this call that we just listened to. Like, I want all of you guys to go in and if some of the leaders can send Matt Rosa's Instagram in the chat and go in and watch his Instagram, and you will understand a little bit more of what I'm talking about. My English is not working today. But guys, I hope you really thank you so much, guys. It's his Instagram there. It's Matt Rosa. And I hope you guys got the value that I got as well. Spam some 111 in the chat if you got some value. Did you grab some value in your notes? Perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it. So did I. And guys, thank yourself for being here today. Honestly, thank yourself because you 170 people that was on this call, if you compare to everyone else, what they are doing on this, what day is it today? Monday evening. You are here showing up for you because you're curious, because you have this feeling inside that, hey, I think I'm meant for something else. Hey, I think I'm meant to do something more. Hey, I think I have more things within that I'm supposed to do, that I'm supposed to develop. And you're following that feeling because I know that 85% of the people all around the world are not satisfied with their current situation that they are in. But there's a lot of people that doesn't do anything about it. So I want you to be proud over yourself for showing up today and showing up tomorrow, the day after that, and on Thursday to take all the knowledge with you, to do all the notes, and then after that, kickstart your journey together with the community if you feel like this is your way that you want to grow together with us, because that is really something that you can do here, and you will grow as a person. So, guys, bring your notes with you tomorrow as well. As Matt Rosa said, we're going to have our trading call tomorrow with Brandon Boyd. That is also a man that you will hear about tomorrow, but he's just insane. That is the definition of discipline. The person that will talk about him tomorrow, you will understand, but he's just nuts, if we can say it like that. Take care, guys. Have a blessed evening. See you all tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central European Time. And take care, much love, and ciao, ciao.